Welcome back to episode 12 of Corpse Party and episode 2 of Anime Reviews.
Episode 2 of Anime Reviews.
This time we will be reviewing Mahoka, a very shitty anime.
Not everyone would
There
agree
was
with
no
that,
subjectivity in that statement. But and also, like, apparently playing Corpse Party, maybe. That's a maybe. Okay, guys, so how do you like your incest?
Oh, yes. Every time I watch that. Actually,
incest.
Season 2 is airing now, isn't it?
Oh, okay, speaking of... Okay, can we show this? Can we show this?
This is a good start to the episode.
Yeah, Mahoka Season 2 is airing. It that because there's been less Tatsuya.
I don't know. Like, I don't
less
know how.
Tatsuya talking.
But Mahoko's actually one of the first few series I actually watched. I think the first one was actually No Game No Life, which I guess isn't a bad series to start off with.
It was one of the first things that I watched too. Granted, I like one episode or something. And then I came back to it and watched all of it. And I recently rewatched it just to find out that it was even worse than I imagined it, actually.
Oh yeah, I remember when you rewatched it. I guess back when I was a young lad, because I watched this probably like several years ago, I thought it was okay, but looking back on it, the plot was kind of all over the place sometimes.
Yeah, because you have your blooms and your weeds, and your weeds are only weeds because the plot says they're weeds,
yeah.
and like it's only an issue for like the first couple episodes maybe. But yeah. And also the weeds are oppressed in society because they're like a minority and they literally have less power than the blooms. And apparently they're not allowed to actually be angry at their oppression. Even though it's like actually not their fault. It's basically akin to physical disability. But that's okay.
That's okay.
Because they can't be angry at it. That's just how society works. According to our main character anyway. Who also likes to incest, apparently. And the only feelings he has is for his sister because incest plot.
Oh yeah. It's actually.
Oh yeah, and our main character is also like somehow a prodigious like weapons manufacturer. He like just kind of invents flying. You know? He just casually invents flying because of course he does.
Actually, I'm more surprised flying wasn't a thing in this universe in the first place, but. Yep, he just casually invents it. He's like, oh, I made this device once, dude.
You can also just poof people into flames and regenerate, like, you can just regenerate bodies. But, oh no, he feels, like, all that pain amplified over the course of, like, 0.1 seconds. So therefore, regeneration is actually bad.
That definitely remained a relevant plot point in Season 2. Haha.
Yeah, they're just kind of plot points. Kanahana exists in that show, though, and that's the only redeeming factor, but it's still one.
Oh, I thought you said Anohana. And I was like...
Oh, no. Oh, we can talk about Anohana later. Actually, no, I'd have to rewatch that, and I didn't like it.
I want to watch that eventually, probably.
I thought it was actually, like, people like it, and I understand why, because it's basically like discount Your Line April, and that's like discount...
Okay.
March comes in like line, but I mean,
yeah, actually, that's true.
I enjoyed reading. Oh, sorry, I enjoyed watching that when I first saw it. But
that's a lot of discounts.
Well, Anohana is also very short, and it just.
I feel like actually, Anohana was short, and I guess theoretically, the series could have been more developed. But then again, for me personally, it was just so boring that even if it was longer, I would.
Okay, the thing is. Yeah, I don't know if it was actually good or not, but like, okay, I was tired every day that I watched Anohana, because I think, I don't remember, it was either like beginning of high school or like, or something, maybe after wrestling practices, but either way, yeah, I was just really tired, and it's not like the most captivating show that just demands your attention. So like it kind of made me want to unironically fall asleep through it because I just couldn't stand it. I finished it anyway though.
Of course.
Doesn't help that like the main like central figure, and she's not necessarily main character, but what I mean by that is the main figure, I guess, has such childish ideals that's kind of hard to actually bear those.
Yeah, and I mean these kids haven't really talked to each other since they were like 5.
It's like an awkward high
like,
school
oh,
reunion.
what's yep, and then like we have our like girl, it's like Menma or something.
Yeah, that's her
like
name.
died in a river, and only he can see her ghost, and like for some reason, like now he has to seek out his friends so that they can move on.
I'll send them off on a good farewell.
I don't really know. Anyway, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso. Now that was good as like a first answer.
One of the main critics I've seen for that is the fact that they pull the death card, a way to evoke emotional response from their audience. So interpret that as you will, but I guess
that cut out.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Apparently, like that's really obvious too. But like being
It's
the
quite
newbie
obvious,
who
actually.
hadn't seen all these tropes that I didn't realize it until I read a spoiler. And then I just was kind of depressed, but also motivated to finish it.
I guess if you watch it in a sitting, it is quite depressing.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of stuff about just like musical performance that I feel like a lot of people might not care about. I mean, I guess going back to Sangatsu no Lion, because we mentioned that kind of has like the same things for like, okay, how do I care about shogi? But it also kind of makes you care about shogi, even though they're just like saying random things that don't make sense.
I feel like anime that are oddly focused on something are actually quite successful. Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's not just about the subject, but it's also about like the character development, especially.
I mean, it's basically doing like sports anime, but without sports, where it's like you use like shogi or piano playing as like a vehicle to explore your character's inner turmoil.
Oh.
Wow, that was deep.
People might not
I'm so good at this.
relate to Arima Kusei because he's a master pianist that can't play piano anymore, or can't hear it rather, but more so because of the fact that he kind of hates himself for.
Yeah, he's like very obviously depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, yes, Sangatsu no Lion is way better.
I actually haven't seen that, but I've heard raving reviews about that.
You should watch it, and it's by Shaft, and therefore the directing is good.
Of course.
Yeah. And it has Kanahana, which makes every
doesn't have Rie Takahashi though.
So it has that one voice actor who has good screams, whose name I keep forgetting, but he voice acted.
I'm pretty sure his like initials are N-O or something. But yes. Basically Bakugo from
Bakugo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that man, good voice actor.
Yeah, he's just he's quite an
Serious.
amazing voice actor because like everyone remembers him for Bakugo from Boku no Hero Academia, but I remember him from Takagi-san. In reference,
wait, really?
Yeah, he plays a side character that's quite interesting because, well, I don't mean to sound like a certain teacher from our school, but, the role that he plays in Takagi-san is so different in terms of the quality of the voice than like the rough yelling voice you usually hear in series like Boku no Hero Academia. That's why
I remember him from Toaru because Accelerator is best boy. Vector manipulation is cool. Don't at me.
Rating's only like a 7 point something on Malden.
Yeah, Toaru is boring. But Toaru Index is boring. Railgun is good. Accelerator anime is also boring, even though I just said that Accelerator is best boy.
Isn't like Index technically the main series?
Index is the main series, but like, I don't know. Like the adaptations are I mean, Railgun apparently has a lot of filler in it too. I mean, I've read the manga, so I should know, but it's better. Okay.
Going back to Corpse Party, looks like Satoshi's in a dark area.
Oh, are we going back to that? I wanted to go back to Mahoka.
Actually, no. Yeah, I was just glimpsing over it, but it's okay.
Yeah. Basically, what's happened in chapter 4 is there was like naked lollies wrestling, and then Satoshi.
Yeah.
Naked lollies.
Has anything happened in this chapter so far, Miyush, besides like the not so PG things?
Not much interesting, maybe.
Okay,
Because
so
I don't
just
remember
like
context.
Mahoka,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, you can watch Mahoka if you want an OP character, I guess. I don't want to hear him talk though because he espouses shitty ideals, which are very just actually don't pay attention to them. You only feel oppressed because, or you're only oppressed because you feel oppressed, and just stop feeling oppressed even though you're literally oppressed. Yeah.
Yes, that makes total sense.
Stop being mad at your oppressors. Have you considered that, like I don't even know. Your oppression is like literally what? Oh wait, what the heck?
Didn't this happen like the first chapter?
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Your oppression has real effects on you in society, and yet Tatsuya is just like, no, you're not actually oppressed. No. It's just all in your head, and that's why you hate yourself. It's like, yeah, Tatsuya, who's never had anything difficult.
Good job, Tatsuya. Look at my glasses.
Well, yeah, if Tatsuya didn't exist, having a main character like that is kind of meh. Just make him OP, but not say all the BS, and also, well, I mean, I don't know. The plot is still just crushing rebel groups, so like, yeah, bad.
We love licking boots as a series like
Tatsuya is also like being enslaved by his family, basically. Like,
that's
no,
so cool.
the people are fighting for the rights, and nope, like he literally kills them, right? Yeah, he does. I don't even know. But yeah, and that's another thing about that show. Like in season 2 especially, they just always all try to kill each other. Like,
oh yeah. God,
like when they met Angelina outside for the first time, they just like started fighting with swords without even like questioning who they were. Just like, here's a masked woman, I better fight her with my sword and like actually try to hit her and kill her for no reason. Just like, she also just tries to kill Tatsuya, but of course Tatsuya is way too OP.
Tatsuya's got that plot armor which protects him off after all.
Yeah, I mean, he can literally revive himself. Like, nullify people's things and snap them out of existence.
He can just
fly, can invent flying,
and then everything disappears.
It's just like, oh, you're using magic. Oh yeah, and he has like elemental sight from Genshin, even though Genshin came after. But...
yes. I hate elemental sight in Genshin.
Mahoka was actually based on Genshin.
Leave a comment if you want a Genshin Let's Play, by the way.
Oh god.
I don't know if I'd actually be able to replay that.
No, yeah, we'd need a whale for that, so no, actually.
Yeah, that sounds...
You can leave a comment if you want it, but we're not going to provide it.
Yeah.
but you know, if you want to leave a comment, anyway.
Yeah, I see no
I've heard that helps with the algorithm. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Oh, the YouTube algorithm.
The YouTube algorithm.
Giving you the most random videos you never asked for.
I feel like the hot thing to do on YouTube is to complain about the algorithm.
I love that.
That's such an original idea.
Guys, the
Oh,
algorithm.
and get your video as close to demonetized as possible while still remaining monetized.
Or just get it demonetized, but YouTube doesn't actually demonetize it.
Let's go.
What's not here?
I don't know.
Oh,
is there a
what?
door here?
Is there a hallway?
I do not remember.
What?
I don't know.
Did we get separated from our sister?
Yeah, because this
It's
is
our sister, right?
yeah.
I think so.
Oh yeah, that was probably the entrance to the second building.
Maybe. Because it's supposed to be post chapter 3. Because he said he woke up from the thing.
Is everything shifting again?
Yay.
Okay. Is that it for my Hooker review?
Is that the end of the review? Is that an episode?
I feel like the conclusion is just don't watch Mahoka, okay?
Good advice.
I
It's a
mean,
favor.
I enjoyed fight scenes in Mahoka Season 2 as
Yeah.
opposed to Season 1, but
Okay.
the plot itself is just like meh.
Sports Festival is like an okay arc just because like it's basically just slice of life crap and not actual plot, because when the author tries to write plot, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, they certainly did try. No, they didn't. No, I'm not gonna lie to myself. They did not try.
Although,
Like incest just powers up our protag, because
oh yeah.
like
Yeah, every time I remember the incest, the severe amount of incest I might add, I just cringe very hard, but it's okay. But Tetsuya just really loves Miyuki. It's just familial love. Nothing wrong with that,
Love
right?
is love, man.
Discord cut out again. Anyway, that's not geniusly working incest into your plot. That's just working incest into your plot because you like incest.
But like, well, if we're gonna talk about incest, we're gonna have to talk about My Sister, My Writer. No, that's
a masterpiece.
That's a masterpiece. And then there's Aramanga Tensei, which everyone knows.
It's just less of a masterpiece.
And there's Oraima, which is like actually.
Oh, that was. Well, I haven't watched it. But it was apparently a good like parody. Before it wasn't.
No.
As they say, like you can't have your cake and eat it too, which I hate as an expression. But yeah.
I don't know why I sat through that series, but I also watched season 2, and like the events leading up to the ending of season 2 were actually terrible because spoiler alert, the main protagonist gets married to his sister and then gets unmarried, if that makes any sense.
What?
They get married for one day.
Wait, unmarried.
And it's so terrible too, because like one of like actual okay side characters proposes to protagonist. Not propose, but like.
Do kids these days just propose to each other?
Of course.
Or confess rather, and then they spend time. They literally spend some amount of time together, living with each other too. And then finally, he's like, "Oh man, I love my sister so much. I can't marry her."
God.
That was like the most. Well, you could quite clearly tell they were trying to appeal to incest. I might add that Oraima was written by the same author as Aramanga Sensei, or
Yep.
Or rather, Aramanga was written by the same author as Oraima.
Okay, the best part of Aramanga was the class president showing up to their door and saying "I love dicks," and that's it.
That's it. Aramanga
No, it wasn't even so bad. It was funny. It was just so bad that it sucked.
Good stuff.
Yeah, none of the other characters were good. Maybe there's like Elf or the neighbor or whatever, and then
the rest of the show was good, really.
I think the neighbor or the blonde-haired girl / Bali was like Elf Yamada, and when I remember
Oh yeah, and
Yamada,
she just likes being naked for some reason.
yep, I really
Good.
need to know that.
That's
anime.
personality.
Yes, and being naked is her personality. But every time I think of the name Yamada, I remember the cringy meme about Yamada, the legendary Yamada Tay from Zombieland Saga.
Oh wait, Zombieland was an amazing show.
I actually
Okay,
enjoyed that,
by amazing I mean
ironically.
it was better than it should have been.
Zombieland's
Like it
pretty good.
was okay. It was unironically not bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was good necessarily, but it was not bad.
I'm saying
I
it was
give
Okay.
good.
that
I
an
stand by
8,
Zombieland.
which is quite impressive, but
No, the fucking their manager is so funny.
oh yeah.
What an icon.
He's just unironically hilarious, and I don't know why,
I
but
forgot
he is.
if his voice actor
And that's
actually
what I
has
aspire to be as the toxic.
Of course. Okay, what do I do now? Do I go look at a guide? I can probably just keep going. Actually, how long has it been? 20 minutes. Do we show for the end of the episode?
Are we ending the episode? Okay,
we?
that's it for a Mahoka review, maybe.
Okay.
Wow, that was a very in-depth review.
My final score is 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10?
It's actually among the worst things I've watched, along with Sword Art Online and Noragami Season 2.
Bad
anime.
Yeah. Not the
Okay.
first season of Sword Art Online, though, but Alicization.
Oh, I can't bring myself to watch SAO at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I've watched
don't.
5 minutes of it, probably.
Make sure to comment down below if you also can't
Okay,
bring
we'll
yourself
do
to
our
watch SAO.
yeah, we'll do our Sword Art.
Come back for another anime review with the Arknight Squad.
I
Bye.
should look up the copy pasta for next episode.